So cute.
She'll make us door with them.
We do glasses.
And then,
Like,
They're not quite there.
yeah.
SAP update.
She was giving him fits the other day.
She's like, let me tell you, she's like, I work for, she works for travel insurance ever. She's like, girl. And I was like, okay. Are you lady?
Are they gonna speak in it?
Yeah.
Just one?
I assume so.
Okay, we will call to order the meeting for the Shenandoah City Council for Wednesday, June 24th, 2020 at 7 p.m. Call the roll. Notice that everybody is here. We're going to stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance, and then if you would like to stay standing with us, I'm going to say a quick invocation for us. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the
Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Lord, we come before you tonight, and as always, we start off by saying thank you. Thank you for your love, for your grace, for your forgiveness, for loving us perfectly, even though we're an imperfect people. Times are different right now, and all we can do as we come together in a place like this to try to make our community better is to constantly be thinking of you and constantly be thinking what's the right thing to do, and ask for your hand of wisdom and guidance on us as we make our way towards those choices. So we're going to make our way through this agenda tonight. We're going to do the best job we can for the residents of the city of Shenandoah, for the staff of the city of Shenandoah, and for our strategic partners. Pray these things in your son's name, and all God people said, Amen. Amen. Okay, well, that'll move us right into item 5, which is Citizens Forum, and we did have one gentleman that signed up to speak, Mr. Alan Taylor, and citizens are invited to speak for 3 minutes on matters relating to the city government that are related to agenda items or non-agenda items. Just keep in mind that we cannot deliberate, so we cannot address the speakers, but we do appreciate your comments. Mr. Taylor, if you would just state your name for the folks on YouTube. Is my mic on? Yes, it is. I feel like it was.
Yeah, it's on.
I guess I'm just loud.
How you doing? My name is Alan Taylor. I'm the national president for Taylor's organization. I just want to come out here today and let everybody know what we're getting ready to do. We have a number of rallies that we're going to do for Back to Badge, All Life Matters, and we wanted to see if y'all can kind of help us promote this a little bit. So far, we have over 10 locations as of now, and we've got a few more coming up in Arkansas and Louisiana as well as backing us. So we just started this the other day, and so far it's exploding. So I just want to let y'all know that, you know, there's a lot of negative that's going on out there through our police department, you know, over one bad cop. Not all of them's bad, you know. I mean, it's been dragged through the mud long enough, so enough is enough. So we figure the citizens of organizations, that's what we're basically about, so we want to come out and, you know, explain that, you know, we're here to help, you know. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. We appreciate you. Okay, well, as y'all know, we do have a second citizens forum, so if you wanted to speak and didn't get a chance to sign up, please feel free to do so. With that, we will move into item 6, which is the first council inquiry. Anybody have anything that they would like to address right now? I'm going to say one thing as it relates to our 4th of July celebration, our Independence Day celebration as we call it, because it doesn't normally happen on 4th of July, but yay, this year it is. It's just happened that way. And y'all know me, man, I'm not, as ironic as it sounds, I'm not political. I do this job because I do it for the residents of Shenandoah, and that's what it's about. It's not about an agenda. I know that right now there's some discussion as to whether or not we should be having an outdoor event of 100 people or more, based on comments that Governor Abbott has made recently. And I'm just going to say this, and again, this is about the residents of the city of Shenandoah. If it's okay for large crowds to gather outside and protest, whether it be against this country or police officers or anybody else, then it is also okay for residents of the city of Shenandoah to gather outside to celebrate our country. It has to be okay. It has to go both ways. So I am still going to have a celebration for Independence Day on 4th of July, and I sure hope that a bunch of people come out there and celebrate with me on the 4th. We'll be at the city park from 9 to 11, and I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, I know it's been a question out there, but once again, I think it's got to be okay both ways, and it's got to be okay for us to celebrate. So with that, if no one's got anything else, we'll move into item 7, which, as y'all know, is always one of my favorite items. I love when we get to introduce a new employee. So with that, I'm gonna
I thought it was going to be the MDD report.
I'm gonna invite.
You're excited.
That one's close. That one's really close. I'm gonna invite Troy and Jacob. Troy, I'll turn it over to y'all.
All right, thank you, Mayor, Council. I want to introduce you, if you haven't met her already, this is Shakithia Turner. She's our newest officer. Just tell you a quick bit about her. She's a mother of two, born in Huntsville, and she was raised in Point Blank, so east of Huntsville, north of Cold Spring, out by Lake Livingston. After graduating from Cold Spring High School, she later attended Prairie View A&M and obtained her Bachelor of Science in Health with a minor in Biology. And while attending Prairie View A&M, she worked concurrently at TDCJ, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, where she served 8 years and gained her love and passion for corrections and law enforcement. She began to pursue her policing career in January of 2019 and she's been determined to succeed in that field ever since. She enrolled in the University of Houston downtown, where she completed the basic peace officer course. She's very appreciative of the opportunity to serve the city of Shenandoah, and she plans to accomplish great things during her career here. So at this time, Chief Dunlap will pin her badge and she'll be sworn in with her oath of office. You move the mic down. I state your name.
I, Shakithia Turner,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of the police officer
of the office of the police officer
of the state of Texas.
of the state of Texas.
I will never bring dishonor upon my integrity,
I will never bring dishonor upon my integrity,
the badge of my office,
the badge of my office,
or the Shenandoah Police Department.
or the Shenandoah Police Department.
My character will remain impeccable,
My character will remain impeccable,
and I will never betray the public trust.
and I will never betray the public trust.
I will always have the courage
I will always have the courage
to hold myself and others accountable for our actions.
to hold myself and others accountable for our actions.
I promise to uphold the Constitution,
I promise to uphold the Constitution,
the laws of the United States of America,
the laws of the United States of America,
and the state of Texas.
and the state of Texas.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Keith, as a resident of the city of Shenandoah, not just a council member or a mayor, we don't take this lightly. We recognize the fact that you just chose to enter into a job that means you're protecting us. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Welcome to Shenandoah. Okay, with that, we're going to move into item 8, which is presentation of the new CVB website. sometimes when we go into websites and technical type stuff, we get kind of down into the weeds. Can we keep this kind of high level, and then if people have questions, you
That's
can
the
ask
plan.
them offline?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Sure.
John, hang on.
You're not touching.
There you go, now you have it.
Okie doke, y'all. I just wanted to give you a high-level overview of our new Visit Shenandoah, Texas website. We have tried to create some new content, utilize some new technology and platforms, and trying to create an enhanced website user experience. So as you can see, we've got all of our colors and branding here for the city. We've got some new wonderful graphic buttons that, as you see, you can hover on these and things come up. They encourage the user to go explore other sections of our website. They're both here on our homepage, and they're on every internal page in our website to do that. They can also be updated and changed later as needed. So we think that's a great feature. We've got, our next is our news section on the homepage. We've got a wonderful opportunity here to promote news items, special events, promotions that our hotels or restaurants might be running, and then we can share from here through our social media channels. As we go through to our next section, you're going to see this really pretty photographic gallery. Photo gallery. It's all filled with beautiful photography from our partner social media feeds. And we've created a brand new hashtag for the city that we're calling Savor Shenandoah TX.
I like it.
And what we're trying to do is to really highlight and aggregate in our social media channels a place for everyone, our residents, visitors, and all of you when you're posting on social media, a chance to share positive, feel-good stories about what makes this place a great place to live, work, play, and visit. So that's what we're trying to do here. And then you go down and we have our calendar of events where we can highlight things that are going on with all of our partners and here in the city. So what I'd like to do now is talk about some new content. Chris, can you get me up to the top there? And there we go. I'm going to go into the Media Center. So we've created a new page here, Media Center, and what we've done here is try to put together a page where members of the media can come to us, travel writers, if they need assistance in working on interviews, a story, getting photography or video footage, we can do that. We've also created another page or section here, our Shenandoah in the News, where we're aggregating positive feel-good stories that the media, outsiders, what they're saying about our city and our partners, what's going on here. So we've got a place to utilize that feel-good news here as well. And then we've got a new CVB and partner release section. So if Metro Park Square is getting in new restaurants and stores and they put out a press release, we can put it here. And once again, once we have it located here and we can put a link to that press release, we can also get it out through our blog posts and social media channels. And now I'm going to talk about some new technology and what we're excited about and some more new content. And we've created and integrated a brand new flipbook platform on this website that enables us to share collateral pieces. And I'm going to show this to you in just a second. And it works and integrates with our new content. So anyhow, if you go into our play section, I know many of y'all are now familiar with our new, with our visitor map. We updated this in addition to the new website launch. So this is a brand new map. As you can see, we've got an ability to go in, create, go through multi-pages, flipping. Anyone who's using this can download it to their device. It creates the ability to do that. You can print it, you can share it from here. And if you look at the bottom, we've got a little bit of branding here for our city. And I'm trying to get down to the exit, Chris, there, bottom. Come on, mouse. It's not liking me very much right now. Okay, and now the last thing I want to do is take you to our meet section. So, heretofore we really didn't have anything like this, but this is now a place and new content that we've created to highlight what makes our city such a great place for meetings, small meetings to be specific, because we don't have any large meeting venues, but for small meetings, corporate events and retreats, and then for families or people hosting weddings, reunions, things of that nature, and family events. And what we have done is we've created this Why Shenandoah, Texas page, and we've tried to highlight all the things that make us good. Our amenities, our compact size and location. We've got our planning that we can help with. And for people who are doing larger meetings or doing sporting events, tournament directors, they can go in here and submit an RFP either via email, or we've created a whole new smart form that they can fill in the information for their event, and we can forward that to our hotels and then get back with them. And then at the very end, something that I'm also excited to show you all is we've been able to create and use, once again, the flipbook panel here, a new 6-page brochure. This is 8.5 by 11 inches for color. This is the first edition of this right now. But what we have done is created a place where we have cell copy about our city and all of the facilities in it and all of their capacities. So if you're a meeting planner and you need to know, I've got a meeting for 250 people, could Shenandoah do that? You can go in and see what we have available here. So we've aggregated our hotels with hotels and ballrooms and boardrooms. Then we put them with hotels with boardrooms only and those without meeting space. We've also gone in to create a section on all of our entertainment venues, from AMC to Dave & Buster's, Main Event, and Urban Air. Talked about their capacities and how many people they can handle. We've got a new restaurant section. So all of those that have private dining rooms, so if you want a very intimate board meeting, something like that, or a dinner, you know where you can go for a private room, or those with semi-private if you have groups, or those with open seating. And on the back page of this, you can see we've got a locator map showing where we are, for those who may not know, in relation to Houston and how close we are to the airport, and our compact size. And without that, that's really, from my perspective, that's what we've been able to do to create here, and I hope and feel that y'all will agree that it certainly creates a better user experience and gives people some great information they didn't have before. Any questions on that app?
I like that you had all the capacities of the different venues.
It's good. Yeah, we're excited. I mean, I think it's important, certainly doing this kind of work, people want to know, and that's a simple way. And we try to make a promise in that cell copy that if your meeting fits, we feel like we can give you a really great, memorable experience.
If someone looks for interaction with you or Stephanie, do you get tickled when they do that? I mean, will the website?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Is there like a contact here, in other words?
Absolutely. And if you go to the About Us page, we can click on, we've got a contact, we've got our mission, who we are. We're here to promote the city as a meetings destination and visitor center, and we've got our contact information, emails, and phone numbers, where we're located. All of that information is here. And when we have those smart forms for the bids for the larger events, meetings and stuff, those come automatically to us. There's a direct email link, and there's an email link within a smart form link within the meeting planner. So it can get back through the meeting planner, it can get back through the copy on the page, and they can go here and just reach out to us that way.
Can they text it as well or not? That seems to be pretty popular.
They've got our phone numbers. So we've created all that, and we put our pictures on there. Just in doing what we do, we feel that that's important, to be approachable and that people can see us and know who we are.
That's where I was at.
Yeah.
John also has some analytics built into the back end to track activity and just kind of see how the site's performing.
So not only just for our general traffic, but certainly as we launch specific campaigns and stuff, that will be very
It's
critical to see.
important to watch even the people that don't interact with you. Where do they go?
Oh, absolutely. And all of that is built in through Google Analytics. So we can go in, we've utilized it in Google Tag Manager. And so right now, it gives us that ability to highlight those enter and exit pages, most popular. And we can score down into where they're coming, within the country, out of the country. And I can tell you now, even in the short time we've been here, we've got international visitors, although the bulk of it, no surprise, is Texas. But you can go in and see out of state and see what cities and metro areas they're coming from.
Do you have our restaurants directly linked whenever they go into the Eat page?
We do. So if you go into the Eat tab, if I can get you right up there to show you, you go up in the Eat tab, and what's great about this, and I had a
I
good
do like the
conversation.
style, yeah.
But you can go in here, and we've created this by all of the cuisines. If people don't know what restaurants we have, and they just know, hey, I'd like some barbecue or whatever, they can search that way, or they can go into the restaurant directory. And so when they go into this restaurant directory, we've got a little information up here. I had a conversation with Charlie when we were getting this ready to go, but he was saying he wasn't sure about how to use it, so I put a little bit of copy up here and said, if you're doing a specific restaurant search by name, you need to go into this category, search for all categories, and then just type in the name. But you can also go in, and this shows you currently all of our restaurants, and there's always a web link here directly to their website, the phone number, their address, and you can also go in, and if you click all, it basically defaults and shows you every restaurant within the city. And they can go in and get it. So we've tried to make it as streamlined, simple, all in one place where people can find the information they need.
Nicely done, John.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay,
Awesome, thank you.
sure.
Good job.
Thanks, John.
Okay, now, my other favorite part of the meeting.
Second citizen's fault?
Moving to item 9, which is presentation
Yeah,
of
admit it was a
the,
good laugh.
it was a very good one. Presentation of the Development District's, Municipal Development District's monthly report.
Well, coming hot out of the meeting, no action was taken on anything significant. We had discussion of the SIP plan that we're going to be sitting through as well, and we did approve minutes and expenses. Other than that, then, reiteration from the last time. Last month, we approved the purchase of the 500 gallon per minute booster pump for Water Plant 2, as well as the sales tax audit. And we'll still be seeking a long-term partner for that Lisa's working on. Of note, the impact study has set up their committee. That's been set up. They had their first meeting just last week. P&Z members, Tom Pizzula and Patricia Bell. We had one project complete. The water line replacements of Pinecroft and Savannah completed in May, and looks like so far well under budget. So a very good job there. The really long-term things, we're moving along on getting the drainage easement for the east side relief pond. That's going to lower our cost for that significantly. And the only thing that's not such a good news is that it looks like we won't be able to do the research I-45 until next summer because of the delays that we've had. So same timeline with Home Depot, summer, but it'll be in 21 instead of this year.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody got any questions for Ron?
You know, just a comment, I like it very much, Ron. You did a lot of good work. No, I'm serious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very informative and easy to read, so thank you for that. Okay, well then let's move on to item 10, which is discussion and possible action to adopt the following resolution. Resolution of the City of Shenandoah, Texas, approving annual service plan update to the service and assessment plan and assessment role for public improvements for the Metro Park Public Improvement District.
Mayor and Council, this is an annual approval of the service and assessment plan that's related to the Metro Park PID project. As you'll see in there, it breaks it down by the PID debt, authorized improvements, what they've spent to date, projected costs of authorized improvements for the future phase. Also, it includes the assessment role for the upcoming tax year.
Other than the financials, are there any changes to the PID?
No. In order for any changes to the PID to happen, the council would have to approve it.
Okay. And that can happen anytime, right?
Yeah. So there's several documents that go into the PID. There's an indenture agreement, the actual developer's agreement, and then there's the service and assessment plan. Service assessment plan is basically just the bond part of it, the payments and
financials,
allocations
yeah.
and the financials, yes.
This is an annual step that we have to follow.
It's basically, it gets filed like a annual disclosure with like city financials does.
I'll make a motion to approve the annual service plan for the Metro Park bid. Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Raymaker to approve. I have a second by Councilman Christie. Do we have any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Okay, we will move on to item 11, which is presentation of a final report regarding the proposed zoning amendment for a special use permit for beer and wine retailer permit on premises with food and beverage certificate. The proposed zoning amendment is for 1500 Research Forest Drive, Suite 240, Shenandoah, Texas. That is Ploy Thai Cuisine.
Council, this is a beer and wine permit application. It is, there's no mixed beverage attached to that, and there are no late hours requested as part of this permit. Ploy Thai, you probably know where it is. It's located on Research Forest.
I couldn't have told you that they didn't already have this, if you want to know the truth of it.
And I forgot, P&Z did recommend approval.
Okay, we'll move on to item 12, which is public hearing regarding proposed zoning amendment for a special use permit for the previously mentioned Ploy Thai Cuisine. We will open the public hearing at 7:26. Would anybody like to speak during the public hearing? Okay, we will close the public hearing then at 7:27. Item 13, discussion and possible action to adopt following ordinance, an ordinance of the City of Shenandoah, Texas, amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 102, so as to a special use permit for a wine and beer retailer's on-premises permit with food and beverage certificate for Ploy Thai Cuisine located at 1500 Research Forest Drive, Suite 240.
Make a motion, we adopt the ordinance approving the SUP.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Brott. I have a second by Councilman Raymaker. Do we have any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Item 14, discussion and possible action regarding the TML IRP re-rate.
Mayor and council, this is another yearly annual agenda we need to approve to just keep the current rates that we have with TMLRP for our insurance and workman's comp.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman McLeod. I have a second by Councilman Fletcher. Do we have any discussion?
Yeah, I have a couple questions. Then our exposure for cyber breach, we don't retain any PCI or PAA information, correct? So we're
Correct.
not at risk for that.
I think also cyber information security also can be tied to if we get a phishing and we do have water bill stuff
Okay.
released, any financial, they hack into our banks, that all can
Right,
fall
okay.
underneath there.
And it also would cover the cost if any of the servers are damaged somehow physically?
So that's just liability coverage.
Okay.
We do have a property coverage, but I don't believe that we have any of the servers underneath there. But we can add them if that's something you guys want to explore.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay, do we have any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. That brings us to item 15, which is discussion of possible action to cast a vote for nominees to the Montgomery County Emergency Communications District Board of Managers.
Council, a couple of meetings ago, you were presented with an opportunity to nominate a candidate for the unexpired term and the next term. The city nominated Richard Tram, who is the current city manager at Montgomery. You can see that some other cities have also recommended him, and you see that there are a couple of other candidates as well. So this is where you actually cast your vote.
Make a motion to vote for Richard Tram.
Second.
So we have a motion by Councilman McLeod to cast the city's vote for Richard Tram. We have a second by Councilman Brott. Do we have any discussion?
Yeah, next year you can nominate me.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably have better luck than getting on the
Courtney,
appraisal board.
keep up with that.
Give me an
To
unexpired.
complete the term and then also.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
unexpired and then you have
And then
a full
you-
term.
Yes, both,
We
yeah.
already did the,
Both.
didn't we?
Not for this time, but for down the road.
No, it's 2 votes. We're doing 2 votes simultaneously. So I just need to, yeah, I'll amend my motion to both complete the current term and the next term.
Next term.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Item 16, discussion of capital improvement plan.
Mayor and council, we're looking at the CIP plan again. However, this time we have the combination of water and sewer projects as well as general fund projects. So this is the CIP in its entirety. Some of the changes that have been made between our last meeting and now received some additional cost estimates from contractors and also from Blau Engineering, so we were able to hone in on a lot of those cost estimates for projects and get them a little bit tighter. And you can actually track those changes to the right of the CIP columns, so you can see any of the changes of cost there and also any added projects. So I just try to keep track of any changes there for you, an easy reference for you. MDD discussed this just an hour prior at their meeting. I did want to note a couple of the changes that they had recommended and asked for. The first was in regards to, and this is a water project, so it's near the top of the list. They asked that the water project at David Memorial and Vetter be delayed to 22 so that all those projects could be bid together, which it made sense. You can get some economies of scale to lump all the water projects together. So a well-received comment.
Well, we're also going to be working on that road area, right? Or is that going to be too much later down the road?
Which
The Dave Memorial.
at David J.
road
Vetter.
work, I mean, Dave Memorial at Vetter,
Talking about when the apartment complex, when Woodloft comes in?
yeah. Is there other work going on in that area?
The Aloft Hotel is under construction, getting close to being finished right there.
Okay.
And Woodloft is just
Would
down
there
the road,
be
which
But
is not started.
I thought we were doing some, planning some road work there as well.
Would there be any road, I'm remembering kind of vaguely what you're talking about. When Woodloft comes in, weren't they going to do something with the road? They wanted to create some sort of egress or ingress or something that was easier.
No, we put some driveways in there.
Yeah.
And that was on the, so that's further to the west, down David J.
So
Vetter.
it wouldn't
Okay.
affect this project?
Correct. This is
Okay.
along David Memorial, near that intersection of David J. Vetter.
Well, I know one of the later projects is to replace Memorial from Tamina all the way to,
Right. And this project, so this is all in none of this is under the concrete. This will all be done in the right of way to the
okay,
shoulder.
okay. That answered my question then.
Okay. Yeah, I got your wavelength.
Okay,
I caught it.
okay. Sorry, it took a little while.
No, it's a good question.
It's a good question.
Another project that MDD, between the president and board members, the Wellman Road drainage, the Wellman Road Bridge drainage expansion, that could potentially be delayed, which it depends on what the revenues look like, so that can be discussed at a later time. Another one that was actually requested to be moved up because MDD expressed some interest in funding was the I-45 and Research Forest intersection improvements, which can be done. Currently, it was listed as starting construction in 2023. A lot of that was done by staff to kind of trying to balance out some of these costs, but it does make sense. That's a project that is moving along pretty quickly, and with our permitting with TxDOT, is much more viable to happen sooner. So you'll see that change on a future CIP. And lastly, Councilman Raymaker, or board member Maker on the MDD, Raymaker requested that to the 10-year plan, add a cost estimate for the Research Forest rebuild. You know, it's the city is responsible for Research Forest Drive. I'm hoping it can last 10 years before we really need to do a rebuild on it. You know, there are a few areas that we are fixing potholes on, but overall it's still in very drivable condition, but it will deteriorate. We all know that's a very heavy trafficked area. And that's the conclusion of some of the changes that the MDD requested.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one to have on there because we may not be here in 10 years, but to provide that visibility for those who follow.
Right. And the focus of this CIP is on 5 years, but as I've said before, I wanted to include that 5 to 10 years just so we don't lose sight of those projects. You know, you don't want to get so focused and that, hey, by the end of 5 years we're good to go. Well, no, there's more projects looming on the horizon. So I'll open it to council if you have any comments or questions or changes you'd like to see made.
So nobody other than me was interested in pipe bursting?
Apparently not.
Okay, all right, of a sewer line, okay, all right.
So the 10-year project, the road replacement, we're talking about the Tamina to the Oak Ridge School Road, that's going to be after the Tamina intersection, Tamina Memorial intersection has all been dealt with?
Yes. Yeah, and that's going to take it from the south of that intersection toward Oak Ridge School Road. That area is starting to get pretty worn. I just felt like let's wait for all the heavy construction to finish in that area before we go and.
Well, I think it's a great 10-year project. It's something in 10 years, between 5 to 10 years it needs to be dealt with. But I agree. I think let's let everybody get finished tearing it up first before we lay new concrete on it. One question on the City Hall floor, and I know we've been talking about that for quite some time. I know it's a low priority. Have we priced what it would cost for just the public areas? I'm thinking in front of council chambers and in the lobby, what the condition is on those floors. I know we're looking at what, $55,000 to do the whole building.
Mm-hmm. We haven't really. All we really need to do is the council chambers, the lobby, and both out there is the travertine tile.
Okay.
It's in pretty good condition. We cleaned it a couple of years ago, did a deep clean, and it really spruced it up.
Yeah.
I mean, the carpet in here could use some replacement. We got it cleaned in here as well, which got rid of a lot of the stains, but it's pretty worn. And there's new stains, coffee stains. I've seen them. They bug me.
The next carpet you put in, make it, coffee stain compatible.
We'll just make it brown.
Brown, yeah. Okay.
But
So
no,
we
we haven't
looked at that.
specifically looked at just.
Okay. Because it seems like every time this comes up, that's a big price tag. I mean, it really is. Every time it comes up, it's like, oh, we're going to do the whole building. And I'm like,
Well, and as you said, it's a low priority.
It's a low priority.
And usually other things come up that are more important, so we keep pushing that buck down the
When's the last time
road.
the floor was actually replaced?
I have no idea. I remember
That's
this
kinda what I
floor
thought.
for a long time.
Yeah, in front-
I've been here since '06.
Was the floor in front of the council, was that done since you've been here?
Out in the lobby area
Just
there.
right there in the lobby.
Oh, let's see.
I thought we did
I gotta dust the cobwebs off.
one small project.
Because when I started, we used to have a little gathering room where the administration wing is. It
So
was
now we
just a big
redid-
open area, so that all got redone.
Right.
Yeah, that's
redid
the newest
redid
flooring
the
back
Yeah, that's the
bathrooms.
newest. So that was '08, I think.
09, 10,
Was
something
it?
like that,
Okay.
yeah. 10, I think.
It's been at least 10 years, yeah.
Right.
My thought is if the public area is worn to the point that it's causing an issue, that may be something to think about, but I'm not of the opinion that generally speaking you need to do the whole building, but so throw that out there as a.
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay, anybody got anything else? Awesome, thank you, Joseph. Good work on that as well.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll move to item 17, which is discussion and possible action to approve the minutes of the May 13th and the May 27th, 2020 regular meetings.
Make a motion, we approve both meetings as read.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Brought, I have a second by Councilman Redmaker. Do we have any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Item 18, discussion and possible action to approve the accounts payable for May 2020.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Fletcher, I have a second by Councilman McLeod. Do we have any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Second Citizens Forum, item 19. Do we have anybody sign up to speak? No? Okay, well then with that, we will move into item 20, which is our city administrator updates.
Council, I have no updates tonight.
No updates. That was quick. We'll move into item 21 then, council inquiry. And I think tonight it's Councilman McLeod.
Just one thing, we got a celebration coming up. Typically, and I'm gonna let y'all know this, the flags from Oak Ridge Band, if you signed up for that, they're gonna be out from Tuesday, June 30th, through July 7th. Just be aware of that they're gonna come out, and it's a different schedule because July 4th is on Saturday, so we wanted them all out before July 4th, so you could have them and you could see them. So,
Perfect.
just want to let everybody know that.
I like it.
I'm good.
Thank you, Councilman Brock. Councilman Christie?
Looking forward to the 4th of July celebration. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for the entire community to come out and see one another. Everybody's been sequestered in their homes for quite some time, so it should be nice to see everyone out. And really looking forward to that.
I would agree with you. Councilman Fletcher?
I do have a couple of items. Obviously, in light of what's still going on in our country, and specifically what's gone on in Atlanta, I just hope, well, I will speak on behalf of myself, and I'm sure that other council members probably will hold the same sentiment, but I would hope that our men and women in blue would know that we support you and your decisions to honor our city, protect our city, protect yourselves. And I would hope that you would never second guess when you're out in the field doing your job, that the city would turn in a way that would be unfavorable in light of the work that you do. I can sit up here and say that we do not have a systematic problem or a systemic problem in our police department regarding race, in protecting our residents, our businesses, and our city as a whole. So keep up the good work, keep your heads up. I know that this city, every day that I'm out and talking with residents, the greatest thing that they seem to be most appreciative about is our men and women in blue. And so, again, just keep up the good work, be safe, and continue to honor yourselves, your family, and our city with the integrity that you hold. The second thing I'll address is that, you know, we had a resident come up last week and presume to say that our city administrator and staff is on an Earn As You Learn program. And I can honestly say in the selection and the process of looking for a city administrator, in going out and interviewing different people and having a recruiter out there actually selecting people to come in and interview for that position, that there's no question that we hired the right person for the job, that brings the skills that the city needs, and in the tenure that she's been here has accomplished many great things for the city. And so Kathy, I would tell you, keep your head up. You're doing a good job.
I appreciate that.
Don't listen. Don't listen to ill-informed people that like to make comments on Facebook because they think they can.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you and the staff continue to do. Appreciate it.
That's good points, Ted. Very good. I just wanted to thank a couple folks then, because I can't do that MDD report, even though we haven't made it Rich's favorite yet, but I couldn't do it without Joseph, Lisa, John Blyle, who will take my call at all hours, and Kathy as well. So I couldn't do it without them. I just wanted to thank them. We ask you to do things that are new and different, and you rose to the challenge, and you keep up the good cadence. So thanks so much.
Awesome. Anybody else got anything? I'll just say one more time, remind everybody, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the City Park, the Independence Celebration on 4th of July, which is our 4th of July celebration. I am super excited that we're having it. I hope to see at least 100 people there, and that's not because I want to go against anything that Governor Abbott says. But like I said, if it's okay to gather outside to protest our country, then it's got to also be okay to gather outside to celebrate our country. And I can't wait to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun, by the way. We've got a lot of stuff going on there. For those of you watching on YouTube tonight, please come on down. If you're in a situation where you need to be smart, then be smart. Stay home and wish your neighbors well and send them on their way. We understand not everybody can make it, and maybe not everybody should make it, but the people that can, we look forward to seeing you. We could have fun with it. Bring your best 4th of July mask or something. Listen, it can be fun. The park's big enough. We can have we can all see each other and be there together and still maintain enough distance between each other to where we can make it safe. So, and we'll have things set up and put in place to be safe. We've tailored it a little bit this year. We've changed it a little bit so that. And thank you so much for the Civic Club and Miss Debbie and Kathy for putting up with my tirade and figuring out a way to make it work. And they figured out a way to make it awesome. So it's going to be safe, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be extremely timely. We need this right now, so I'm looking forward to it. So with that, if no one's got anything else, then at 7:47, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thank you, Ms.